Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and I know it is early in the morning, child, and I am never on this early, but because I'm like, I don't know how my work day is gonna go, I wanted to pop on today for a quick little, 20, 30 minute live to go over a few things, okay? Because I may not come on later on tonight. I don't know. But good morning. Okay, thank you to those who watch live and those who watch the replay, because I am never up this early on you or the tubes, okay? But hello to the people. Now look, y'all don't go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But again, because I'm only gonna be here for about 30 so minutes, let's go ahead and get right into it. Happy what's today? Wednesday? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Okay. I want everyone to have a good old hump day. Hello. Hey. Hey. How y'all doing? Come on out on time in the morning. Okay. Look, I was like, girl, if you can just get yourself on the computer and get things done. Hi. Okay. It can all be accomplished. Okay. But I have to be out of here by noon to get to my destination at work and then get to some meetings that's going on today. Okay. But again, thumbnail time. I was like, if I, 'cause I do have a live set tonight. I believe it's set for it's set for 7 to, I don't know. I have a live set for later on this evening. Okay, but it may get pushed because again my work schedule has drastically changed. Okay, and so I don't know what's gonna happen. But again, I plan to come live. If not at 7 p.m. tonight, it'll be at 9 tonight. Okay, so just get used to that and whatnot. Okay, also this in a couple of days I will be doing a story that happened here in Pontiac, it's in the surrounding city. But the mama who left her kids alone at the house, child, for 4 years. Okay, I'm gonna get into it. I'm just waiting for the actual charges, but that is my next deep dive real story, and I'll probably have that live either on Friday or Saturday. Okay, and y'all always know it's other content up, so go watch it. Okay, and get into it. And there's always things to do around here anyway. But we are here for these few topics. Okay, now, I like that thumbnail. Hi to the people. How y'all doing? Surprise, 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 surprise. It's the wonderfulness of Jaylee. Now, let me get to my say. Now, look, let me see. Because I was like, what do I want to tackle first? Let's just do ASAP in them. Okay, let me pull it up. Now, ASAP Rocky was around here, and he was on trial, take a full-fledged trial for his life. Okay, he was facing up to, I believe, like 20 something years. One thing said 20 something years, the other one said it could have been possibly 8 years. Either way it go, that man was not go to jail. Okay, he might go to jail and stuff, but he was found not guilty in the court of law. Okay. Now I was like, Rihanna, get that man out of here. Okay, get him out of here. Don't do it. Don't you have no prop guns no more. Don't have no fake, real, or nothings anymore. Okay, get yourself out of the court of public opinion and get yourself in the court of public housing. Well, not public housing, but again, go sit down somewhere, sir. We don't have time for that. Now look, when he was found not guilty, let me pull up the video. Say, so why are you jumping over the guy? Not get over that. Get your ass. You first of all, this how you know that man don't know nothing about court. This how you know that man don't know nothing about court. He ain't watched no court shows because you not supposed to run over and jump. Child, you got 2 charges. What are you doing?
Key Mayors not guilty.
Now I know that white lady is one of his lawyers and something, but ma'am, get out the way. You can tell ASAP Rocky did not realize he was hugging a white woman first and said, ma'am, he just spent he went around there and was hugging Rihanna like, I gotta get to my wife. They're like, what we supposed is he running? Bayless? Get him. Now, first of all, the core TV people, get the camera off them white people. Get the camera on ASAP Rocky and Rihanna now. What is you doing? Court, you don't do this. Because in real life, in the regular court of public opinion and public law, they're going to tackle you. You're not supposed to run from the table around that. You had 2 charges, even though one was not guilty. What about the other one? People at the first charge forgetting he had a second one. Because if he had been found guilty of the second charge, he would have ran child tackle. Okay, a tackle. Now, again, I just feel like, what? I was like, who does? You can't be running and tackling people. It's against the law. So not guilty. And look, people have been comparing and contrasting, ASAP Rocky being found not guilty versus how Little Leprechaun, Tory Lanez been found guilty. And I said it's 2 different things. ASAP Rocky was smart. ASAP Rocky, he shut up. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't around here taunting people. He was like, I'm going to be quiet and leave it. I'm going to let my lawyers handle it. Okay. And even though I fully feel like ASAP Rocky and that man, I think it's ASAP really, got into an argument, okay, was tussling with each other. And I do believe somebody pulled out a little pow and they powed. I do believe that happened. I just don't think he got hit and whatever, because when they told me that, man, it had happened in one state, he flew to a different state and then 2 days later went to see a doctor. I said, sir, then you wasn't shot. Okay. He tried to sue that man. Was it last year? I think last year, tried to sue that man for like defamation and stuff for like $30 million. It did come off as a scheme that Todd set up to bring up the bull stuff and like for a little money grab or whatever. So I mean, look, Tory pulled the trigger and hit someone, and the person had to go get medical attention or whatever. He then stalked and harassed that lady for months on end, years on end or whatever. So it's 2 different things to me. To me, it's 2 things. And ASAP was smart. He shut up. If Tory had shut up, it would have never went as far as it did. But he didn't want to be quiet. Okay, he wanted to keep talking. Now Rihanna there was child. Look, not them comparing ASAP to the crazy man. Because they did both jump over they both jumped over the cow to get to the moon. They both jumped. Okay, you can't be running and jumping to people. I said, what is wrong with y'all? What the child? The internet is never just done it for real, but it's true. Don't be running and jumping. But he said, I gotta get to my wife. Okay, I'm happy. Me and Rihanna together. Okay, I won't leave her, my two children and stuff. We innocent. And I said, well, mm-hmm. Now they was outside talking too. Wait, hold on. Extra. They had some real good sex. They had real good raw sex last night. When your man get off for a two charge, could have went to prison for 8 to 24 years, you have really good sex that night. You do.
Hey, guys, chill, man. Relax. No, I need your lowest contacts, man. Guys, bottom line is, we're grateful for the jury. They saw through this barrage of a case.
CIA.
He said from day one he was innocent. He turned down a plea for almost no jail time because
Child, at this courthouse, the fact that there's so many regular people with cell phones up, child, everybody is paparazzi now.
he was innocent. And I've always said this was an extortion. The extortion played out live in color in court. We've always said what it says is that the district attorney should look long and hard at prosecuting Tyrell Efron.
Selective prosecution.
We've said that from day one. They should do it now. They have him admitting to perjury. They have him committing extortion. The jury saw through it and came to an enormously quick and speedy verdict, the right verdict, and we thank this jury. And again, for me, my partner Chad, we're honored to have represented this amazing family. Rakim Rocky is one of my closest friends, but he's also just a great person.
We love him.
Rihanna,
They said Joe.
They are seriously the greatest people, and I said I love them, and I really do love them, and I got emotional in my summation because I care about them. This is one of the happiest days of my life, and I'm happy for them because they've earned this and deserve it.
Child, he said, look, I'm innocent. I ain't do it. Leave me alone. I'm going home to my peoples. I agree. Okay. There may still be some civil stuff. I feel like even with the civil case, they're gonna probably use information from this because he was on the stand lying. It was proven he was saying things that wasn't true. He would say one thing and then change it. So the civil suit may be different. Hell, for all we know, ASAP Rocky might sue ASAP Rocky. Look, if your friend pull a trigger and pop you, make sure you know how to tell the truth or you know how to lie right. Okay, that man ain't lie right. ASAP Rocky is a bad liar. He's a bad liar. He's a bad storyteller. He's a bad rememberer. You can't try to sue someone and go to court for things or whatever, and you can't keep your own story straight. Okay, real gun, fake gun, bullets, no bullets, fragments. Okay, get all your ducks in a row before going to court. Okay, before going to court. And you should never have, look, I always say this, when in life, there are some things you can't say over the phone. There are some things you can only say to a person in the shower, in the pool, in the ocean where there's no microphones, okay? If you're going to say to somebody, hey, he rich, I'm going to get this money, you can't say that on a phone call to someone else. Wonder why? Because they always listen. So again, get your ducks in a row. Okay, don't be on camera doing shit. Don't be on the phone doing nothing. Don't be sending text messages to people. Don't delete no text. It was so in this case, more because yeah, I do feel like ASAP Rocky did it, but in the courts of law, you have to find the person guilty beyond any reasonable doubt. And all the other things factored into, he probably did this shit, but at the same time, maybe he didn't. There's reason I can doubt that the things happened the way the victim said it. And I was like, once they said that man was shot in one state and flew to a different state, to get medical. I said, who does that? You can't get shot in Detroit, Michigan, and then want to fly to New York to get for what? You can't do that because getting shot means you need medical attention immediately. Now, if he wanted to do a civil suit for pain and suffering, that's fine. But you can't be out here saying I popped you, but you went to the doctor in a different state. Sorry, get out my face. Get out my face. And again, this also shows how sometimes friends be friendly and then they fall out. And then one friend who's less money is in the bank wants to sue other friend got more money in the bank, and then it all becomes a big thing. Again, this is a completely different situation than the Meg and Tory Lane situation because Tory put himself in jail. Tory got himself arrested. Tory made his case worse. We ain't heard, ASAP Rocky ain't said nothing. You hear me? Ain't said nothing. He listened to counsel. Hell, ASAP Rocky, Bishop robbery, the little Tory Lanes, whatever. You have to listen to your attorney who may say, "Hey, just shut up. Just be quiet. Don't say nothing because everything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law." And if you don't know that, then that's on you. If you don't understand that, then that's on you. If you don't want to look at those facts in the court and then God say guilty, what I got the judge, then what you want us to do? What you want us to do? Now this is the crazy part. Okay, hold on. Because the jury was saying some things. Okay, the jury was saying, "Hey, look, we think he did it, but based on reasonable doubt, we can't say he did." Okay, just spoke to Nancy Dillion is also somebody who covers cases in courts or whatever. She said this spoke to a juror on a certain case. We spent a lot of time discussing the concept of reasonable doubt and the chain of evidence that was provided to us, setting aside personalities. It was fundamentally about reasonable doubt. I mean, we think he did it. We think he did it, but there's also pieces that could mean maybe he didn't though. We don't know, whatever. But again, this is how you beat a case. You let the chips fall where they may. You let your lawyer, your lawyer and the other people fight it out. You don't say nothing at all. So, folk, wow, well, free Tory. Don't free Tory. Leave him in there. Okay. Now Rihanna and ASAP spoke out a little bit. Okay, they was talking. Where's that? He put out "Don't Be Dumb." I think that's his brand name or whatever. Okay, don't be dumb. Now Rihanna was more direct in her response about what happened. The glory belongs to God alone, thankful, humbled by his mercy. Because they say they married. People saying they is either married, engaged. Some folks think she's pregnant again. But again, he could have really went away. And I think that's why he did react how he reacted. Well, I think a part of him felt like I might go to jail. I might really have to go to prison and be in prison clothes. Get my hair braided by men. Okay, I can't get my moisturizer. I can't get 50 Beauty in the thing or whatever. I may really, really go to prison. I'm scared because I think even he knew. I mean, I did that shit. Separate from them. I got a few other things saved. Okay, there's a few other little things. We're gonna say congrats just because it's on the screen right now. To Cassie. Cassie and her husband is welcoming baby number 3. Okay, Cassie left Diddy, got married, got a good old husband and stuff, and been thriving ever since. Okay, she got the good old payouts. Okay, and not baby number 3 is on the way. So congrats to Cassie. Now I want to touch on Married to Medicine. I will be live tonight. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with that. Okay. I got 18 more minutes. I want to touch on Married to Medicine. And y'all know I really don't watch this show as often as I think other people do. But I did watch the most recent episode. And I want, like you see, my thumbnail says, okay, the shit is ghetto now. Okay, I said married to medicine ratchetness because I feel like the show has far beyond stepped outside of the realm of like enjoyment TV, doctors and their wives or husbands, and the medical field being looked at in a positive light. Now, when I was watching, I saw clips on social media, and I was like, these doctors and what? Now I know, and I'm not gonna fully review it the episode, but I feel like if y'all remember how the show used to be, it was literally black, successful, married doctors in their lives. And it all ain't good. It ain't always, pretty perfect, whatever. But it had a premise to it that made sense. And I'm like, they didn't add it Phaedra, who ain't no damn doctor, then bringing in Phaedra's ex-husband, Quad and Dr. G, Dr. G's new wife, and all these things. And I don't like it, okay? And the current episode will show not only Quad and her Quad man fighting with Dr. G, Phaedra and her ex-husband, and what is wrong with y'all? Okay, now I blame production and Dr. Heavenly. Even the conversations of how they are body shaming each other. You got Big T for Big T, Sweet T calling Heavenly like a big back. You had Phaedra calling Apollo a wife a big. I'm like, all y'all hoes is big in one way or the other.
32 hours of brick house. How dare you talk about me being a big back when your back is big? Your ass is flat. Oh, let me stop. I'm going too far. And your stomach, look, girl, is that your stomach?
First of all, somebody get Heavenly a microphone. You can't be on YouTube sounding stupid.
That your lip alone, bitch. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I said I wasn't gonna do it. How you call me? And my thing is she got big back, something from Phaedra. It wasn't even authentic. But how dare you say that when your shit look like that?
This can't be my doctor at all. Now, even Quad, her man was talking. Quad is messy. Her man is messy. Dr. G is messy. I feel like unpopular opinion. When Quad and Dr. G got divorced, and Quad stayed on the show, and Quad would just have these little reads and these little shady moments or whatever. I do feel like eventually Quad should have left the show. To me, them bringing back Dr. G to a show called Married to Medicine with his new fiance, it made sense to me. What did not make sense with them keeping Quad on while they did that. And it's gonna sound why Quad was no longer Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine to me was never a show like Housewives of Atlanta or Housewives of whatever else. On Housewives shows, you don't have to be married to be on that show. Or Married to Medicine, the show started off with all married couples, and you either was a doctor yourself and married, or you were a wife of a doctor. To me, once Quad and Dr. G broke up, she could have been a friend of the show, which would have been fine. But I feel like them bringing back Dr. G, who was on the show for a few seasons, he had a new wife, he knew the group, it made sense. But production wanted to be messy and have Quad in on the bullshit, and now you have all of this. But I do not feel like Quad or Dr. G wants to be back together. I think they both have resentment because of how the marriage imploded, how it ended, and then the shadiness after the divorce. I think both Quad and Dr. G have unresolved tension, aggravation about their marriage. And people like to make it seem as if it's because he wants her back. I don't think he wants her back. I don't. I don't think she wants him back. However, I do think they both play tit for tat. They both are poking at each other, and people to me make it seem as if Dr. G is more wrong, and I'm like, they both wrong. But when they brought him back with his new wife, Quad was around there at the lady party and stuff, being messy because I'm not going to my ex-husband's wife, nothing. I'm not. If I'm on the show, I'll film with the other ladies at other events. But I'm not going to any of my ex-husbands who I accuse of abuse, new wife's events. I'm not. but I would see her at the other cast events, sure. So to me, it was pettiness from the beginning. To me, Sweet Tea don't know how, didn't know, or she don't. She hasn't figured out how to ignore Quad, and she go, it's too much of her trying to clap back at Quad. The last episode, even the last two episodes, where there was Dr. D was telling Sweet Tea, "Hey, shut up. Don't fuss with Quad." I feel like she shouldn't fuss with Quad. Now he also should not be cussing, yelling at her. However, I'm like Quad and Dr. G, their spouses or their partner, because King and Sweet Tea, it's stupid to me. Okay, it's stupid to me. Once, and it's all production's fault. Production brought him back. Production put all of this into play. Production said, "Hey, let's get Dr. G back with his new person, and let's see how Quad reacts." Quad stayed on the job because she works there or whatever. I don't think she should leave. But again, it is what it is. But seeing them at that scene, and why ask these couples how often y'all had sex? Girl, what are you doing? And Heavenly messy too. Heavenly also made it messy, in my opinion. Quad getting drunk and fussing with them people. Dr. G raised his voice is crazy and getting upset. But I'm like, again, Quad and Dr. G have unresolved tension with each other based on how their marriage ended. Even though it ended years ago, they both do this. Quad ain't innocent. Quad is not innocent at all. Quad is not a victim of Dr. G and Sweet Tea coming on her at all. Production brought the people in. But Quad then brought King around. Oh, King is so easy. He's young, he's strong, he's handsome. So Quad is now flaunting King. And even the other ladies say, Quad is always bragging on King. When you are in a healthy relationship, yes, you boast about your person, but Quad to me does it to piss and poke at Dr. G's ego. And it works. Okay. But I'm like, girl, be happy with your man. Your current relationship should have nothing to do with your ex. The whole my new man and I would never, and what I have now, girl, leave your past in the past. The issue is Quad and Greg, in their own ways, are bringing what, and to me, it's more Quad and how she talks about King than anything else. They keep comparing their new person to their old person. And for what? For what? Now we know that, Greg and King were having words, and in my opinion, King was wrong. Greg and King talked. They kind of squashed stuff. Greg, no disrespect. I feel some kind of way. I quiet talk or whatever. Fine. They had squashed the conversation. Once Heavenly is fussing with Sweet Tea, the fact that in the midst of two grown women fussing about the fight, and you see Dr. G holding his wife and trying to calm his wife down. King came over in the midst of Dr. G trying to calm his wife down and say, "Hey, let your wife go over there. Let me talk to you." Why would you do that? To me, that was the start of the bullshit, because this wasn't the time for you to address Gregory at all. For you not to allow that man to fully calm his wife down, to fully make sure his wife was okay. To me, that was him probably being told by Quad, "Hey, go over there and talk to him, get a scene." Because why take that moment when we had already saw you and him squash him and Quad having words the night before? Dr. G was holding Letitia, saying, "Babe, please calm down." Letitia was still pissed and trying to fuss and fight with Heavenly. Heavenly was over there being held back, but in the midst of two women having a full-on argument about the fight, both women pissed, cussing each other out, and Greg was having to physically hold Sweet Tea and trying to calm her down. King came over there. saying, hey, let's talk. Hey, let's talk. Why would you do that? Because Quad put him up to it. So all the folk who feel like, oh, well, Dr. Gregory love fussing with women, whatever happened between Gregory and Quad ended when they divorced. Any old arguments, old fights, any allegations between them both ended when they divorced. It damn sure ended when they both got into new relationships. So all that don't matter. What happened? What's going on right now? And if me and you already talked, if we squashed it, bitch, leave me be. Leave me be. Leave me be. And then I feel like, when Phaedra came in, like kind of got sweet tea, and Gregory finally was like, okay, what? And they're talking. I think he was shocked at just in the conversation. You can tell me to not address your person. You can tell me, hey, I don't want you fussing with Quad. Okay, cool. Please ask her to not fuck with me as well. King just said, I will. King saying that Quad can say whatever she wants to Greg is wrong. Because she can't. You want to know why? Because of their history. Because they Quad know how to poke Dr. G the same way he know how to poke her. So when King came over there and his big bravado-ness of it all, okay, and said, hey, again, they had already squashed the issue. It was already handled, and it was already done. And the moment that he chose to pick this moment to fuss again with him is the reason I blame him for the bullshit. Hold on. And that's the problem I have with people trying to hold Dr. G and Sweet Tea more accountable than Quad and King. Because I'm not saying Dr. G is perfect or whatever. He has his flaws too. But he did talk to King, squashed it when all the men were talking. So King coming back over trying to address it again and beat my chest, don't do what I say, was stupid to me. Okay, and when Greg said, well, no, you can't tell her to not, you can't tell me to not respond to her, but not tell me that you won't talk to her, you won't ask her not to, because if Quiet don't address Dr. G, they won't have that much interaction at all. So again, that causes them to, be about to fight. And then seeing folks that, well, Greg ran. When you in a fight, and you talking and focus coming up and people separating you, whatever, and the person you're about to fight starts running and charging at you, you're supposed to back up to get your stance ready. I don't think he was running. I think he was a little bit. I think he was surprised at what was happening. Okay, this is the thing. Gregory is no longer abusive to Quad. He's not with Quad. Any abuse Gregory had towards Quad ended when they were no longer together. And in real life, if you are dating someone and you are around their ex who was abusive, you instruct your person, hey, don't interact with him. Period. You told you if because I wasn't there. I don't want to write with me. If Dr. G was abusive to Quad during their marriage, and they are now and have been divorced for years, he has a new wife or whatever. Anytime Quad is around Dr. G, the fact that King don't say to Quad, hey, don't address him. You wanna know why? Because of what I went through. Leave that man alone. If Quad feels comfortable fussing and arguing with Dr. G, we can't use the abusive narrative. We can't. This does not excuse any abuse allegations. However, if the person you were married to was abusive to you, and if you are not in the same circle of whatever at work or whatever, you cannot say, I'm going to fully argue with him, say whatever I want to say to him, and then I'm gonna let my man check him if my ex comes back at me. No, you don't even interact with him on that level. And your protector, which will be King, will tell you, baby, don't do that. Now, if Dr. G goes at Quad in an abusive, disrespectful way, I get that. But Quad and Dr. G go at each other. Why? Because of their history. And people are conflating two things. They're acting as if like Quad and Dr. G are together now. And let's handle their marriage issues now. And that's not what is going on at all. No one is negating their past, but currently y'all are separate, divorced, have been divorced for years. He's remarried. You have a new man. Y'all have no reason to even be like that towards each other. However, Quad, in my opinion, Quad feel like y'all had no issue bringing my ex-husband around me and his new wife. So with my new man, I'm gonna be just as petty as y'all were. And I get all of that. But once your new man is, in my opinion, over protecting you from a situation that isn't happening, it causes more strife. Because if y'all have already sat and talked and y'all left it at that, even if he wasn't accepting the conversation, when he chose to go talk to Gregory, it wasn't the right time. And the only thing is, I felt like him saying, again, don't you say nothing to Quiet, but I'm not going to tell her to not talk to you. That's stupid. Why would you not advise your girlfriend to not engage in any combative situationship with her ex who was abusive? Why would you not want to say, yes, because I know your past, as he said, I know your past, I will tell her to not be in it with you because I don't want the past to come to the present. Him saying Quad can say whatever she wants to you was him doing it for the show. Because Quad going at Greg will be ratings. So again, they get to tussling. King fully takes his shirt off and charges at Dr. G. On what planet does it make sense for a grown man, a doctor, a doctor, to be on a TV show? All Dr. G is the doctor, Hadley's the doctor, who Simone, Jackie, Eugene, all the doctors they are on a resort beach thing. All these wealthy black successful doctors, Jackie at the Y, all these things they have going on, and you have Quad's boyfriend running and charging at a full-on doctor on the beach. Was it in Aruba? Wherever they were. That's insane. And people want to make Greg be the villain because they don't like him because of him and Quad's past marriage. Don't conflate the issues. Don't married to medicine. It can be a little bit messy at times. This to me is gone too far, and folk won't address it. King charging at Dr. G was criminal, in my opinion. And I'm grown. I ain't gonna fight nobody. I'm a grown doctor. I don't fight. And he said I'm not gonna fight you. He said that, and King still trying to be King Dingaling and defend Quad when Quad be in the wrong too. Y'all know they always say this. Sometimes it is easier to tell your person, hey, stop talking to that person that you have conflict with. Hey, babe, the same way that Greg was telling Sweet Tea to shut up and not fuss with Quad. He was rude. He was rude how he said it, but he was right. Baby, stop fussing with her. Ignore her. I will pay Quad no fucking attention. None. For what? Bitch, I'm married. I don't care about you. I did not even know him when y'all were together. We should have no issue together. King saying verbatim, he not gonna tell Quad to not poke at Greg was stupid. That's what pissed Greg off. Somebody you can't tell you can't tell me a grown man to not respond to disrespect from my ex-wife when you also tell me you won't tell her to leave me alone. At all. I'm not if my boyfriend and we were his ex-girlfriend, his ex whatever. If he keep poking at her, I'm not gonna beat this bitch ass because you won't shut up. I'm gonna say if you don't, why you fussing with her? And I'm gonna beat her up. I am. I get that, okay. But if I see you poking and prodding at her, I am not trying to defend you in your bullshit. Not at all. Not today, not ever. So again, the whole fight thing happened. Dr. G has to call the police. Apparently, was gonna press charges or whatever. I would have too. Quad and him responded to that stuff.
Okay.
They say I'm going.
Oh,
to
they
jail.
said you're going to jail, baby. Why? Why would he do
What
that?
am I going to jail for?
No, don't try to put my
Yeah, I'm
baby
going
in
to jail
jail.
for an argument.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right.
That's done, honey. King called down to the police precinct, child. They said that was ridiculous and they cannot file any charges. So, people say anything don't, and y'all run with it. Don't run with it, baby.
Was
Gotta
I
check
banned
into
from
it.
the show?
So here's the thing in reference to the show. What happened with that after what we saw on the sandbar? My ex, his ego was stepped on, and so he wanted to get one up on us, and so he decided that he wanted to go to the network and complain and go to the police department and try to quote unquote file some charges. And so for the moment until we were done investigating, they had said that King can film, but he could not film with the rest of the group at that time. But he could, of course, we have our own personal story, so he could continue to film with me. But this is my man, and we're a package. So I'm saying, for forever, everyone has always asked me about, Miss Quad, where your man at? Where your man at? And you don't have a man, and this and that and other. And so now I'm sharing this with you, that I do have a man, and it was kind of like a slap in the face when it was stated that he could not at that time film with the rest of the group.
Ma'am, if your boyfriend chased down your ex-husband on the beach and try to fight him and say, I'm gonna beat your ass, yes, I would tell production I do not want him near me. Because the Sweet Tea had chased you down. If Sweet Tea had chased down Quad and threatened to beat Quad ass, Quad would have absolutely went to production and said, I don't want her here. I want to fire Dwayne. Fire. Shoot. We can't play stupid. We can't play dumb. If anybody else had done that, okay, if anyone would have chased Heavenly down, not Heavenly, Quad, if Sweet Tea would have chased Quad down and said, I'ma fight you, I want to beat you up, and went at her, she would have absolutely complained to production and saying, I don't want her near me. Let's make something else clear. Greg said, I'm a doctor. I'm not trying to fight. Why would I want to then do scenes with somebody who chased me down trying to fight me and had to be restrained from that? Now, the women fussing and arguing, that happened. That happened. But I've never seen, because when Contessa and Heavenly was fussing because Heavenly said, fuck your dear mama. And Contessa, was let's fight. If Heavenly told production, I don't want her near me, she would have a valid point. Because don't chase me. So we're not going to act like Greg did not do it for a reason. We're not going to act like King did not do. Even Quad, who kept, no. Quad saw King doing it, and she was jolting, running, saying no, because she knew that was too far. No one wants anyone on the show to come to blows. Your man did some dumb shit and got busted for it. So let's not make it seem as if Dr. Lee was wrong in his reaction to it. If someone chased down Simone, or chased down Jackie, or chased down Eugene, if Dr. Damon and Eugene came to blows, one of them would say, hey, I don't want, But this is why I say Quad and King are one and the same. They want to make good TV, not realizing they're also fucking things up too. But people will always hate on Sweet Tea and Gregory because some folk like Quad better. Sweet Tea seems to be a nice person, put in a fucked up situation because she's on a show with her husband's ex-wife. But she don't know how to properly shade or how to ignore Quad, so she be making missteps. Heavenly being pissed at Sweet Tea for asking why did she invite Apollo and Shireen was valid. So Heavenly even getting up, going off on Sweet Tea was stupid. Heavenly, you invited Sweet Tea. I mean, Heavenly invited Apollo and Shireen to get back at Phaedra because Phaedra been on the show doing nothing. Heavenly and then invited that lady's ex-husband. I don't have the right graphic, but this is Heavenly. Heavenly inviting Apollo on a couple's trip was stupid. It was messy. And a fight was bound to happen. Now, we all know Phaedra is a fake ass liar. Phaedra got this fake check man that she not really dating, who was friends with Apollo and all of this shit. Phaedra invited that man because she knew Apollo was coming. She just thought he was not going to bring Shireen. Shireen came, and that's a big fight. Heavenly in production caused all this shit. Because if Heavenly in production had not invited Apollo and Shireen, Sweet Tea would have asked, who invited them? Why are they even here? The whole big what would have happened between Heavenly and Sweet Tea. I need folk to get one. Phaedra would not be back on the show. That's fine. Apollo coming on was a stunt and gag that did not work. But I don't get why anyone even feel like it was. Why did no one check Heavenly? The show was called Married to Medicine. Phaedra ain't married to medicine. She ain't even married. Apollo ain't either. They're bringing in all these other elements that has nothing to do with the premise of the show. Married to Medicine has always been a set show that has been good for season after season after season. And now, ever since they brought in Phaedra, it's been some bullshit and the show's changed, in my opinion. But it's a ratchet mess now when you have all these doctors fighting on the fucking beach. And then Heavenly is on here cussing and fussing out Sweet Tea. And I don't like it how all the women keep body shaming. You had Phaedra call Apollo wife a bad body built bitch. You then had Sweet Tea said that to Heavenly. Girl, the only small back on here is Dr. Jackie and Contessa. Everybody else back has a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all doing all of this stuff? Heavenly is production's puppet, and she don't mind doing this on the show. But I'm like, at what cost? At what cost? There's enough conflict in this group that y'all do not need Phaedra and Apollo bullshit. And also, they need to stop trying to make it seem as if Sweet Tea doesn't deserve some kind of respect. Once you feel the need to consistently disrespect someone's wife, that's stupid. That's dumb. Gregory and Sweet Tea got together while off the show, but y'all know Dr. Greg. Y'all know that man. That's his new wife. That's his new wife. Quiet, and it's quiet to her. That man been together for over a year, which means she had a man the whole time. So, man, why you care? Anyway. Lastly, because I got to go to work, y'all. I wanted to get into Carlos and them. Okay, now y'all know Carlos and them, child. Y'all have liked the video. Carlos and them was around here. Let me put up my thing. Y'all know he did his little Carlos had been. There we go. Carlos had been doing live recaps of Love Ray Huntsville. Okay. And in his live recaps, they were entertaining. Once Mel quit the show, once Mel went on live and exposed some shit, he stopped doing lives. The past 3 episodes of the reunion, he only did pre-records. Carlos is around here being shady. He's around here ignoring and avoiding the conversation. I feel like it's some B of the S. You know, and to me, Mel quit, the grooming video leaked, the people quit from Bill Collective. Carlos kind of stopped going live. I think he just doesn't want to have to address the comment section and stuff and whatnot. Now, again, I only watch him because I like Dustin. I like Dustin's, commentary about the shows. And he was a couple of different things that he discussed on this past Monday's thing. Now, we know he still has not addressed Mel quitting directly, okay? But to me, this is him indirectly addressing him not addressing it.
Been off the fucking chain.
It was.
And,
it was definitely a roller coaster. One for the books.
Happy. Oh,
one
absolutely. This season will go down in history as one of the most talked about seasons.
Yep.
And shout out to my entire cast and crew for making this show the GOAT that it is. And I want to say that to them as well.
Can't wait for next season. We want more. I can't wait.
Now, Dustin said that because a lot of folk were saying that since Mel quit, the show probably won't get more seasons as it did before. Some folk don't care about the show anymore. I think Dustin said, hey, we want more. But this way I'm trying to say, hey, Carlos, we love you still, even if we don't.
Wait for next season and the season after that and the season after that and the season after that and the new cities and all that stuff. I can't wait. So I'm so excited.
Yes.
Because again, this is they pre-record these now. They're not live anymore. Okay. And you can't tell me that he's just too busy because you've been doing lives all the time. Anyway, he's very aware of all the buzz about Mel leaving. I feel like him not addressing Mel leaving. That's why that's why Akeisha quit how she quit on Bill Collective. Akeisha quit live on his show. So he would have to address it because he has a habit of doing shit on these shows and then not addressing them until later on. How with So Gucci on her live with him said how she felt. He then took that live down and never addressed it. Besides saying, if anyone has an issue with me, come to me in private, not publicly or whatever. So I think Akeisha quitting in his face on live forced him to not be able to ignore it. Mel going live forced the conversation. But again, he tried to avoid it.
There's a lot going on. So listen, you guys gotta wait till next season to find out what's happening. Because guess what? I ain't gonna talk about it. And I know you don't want me to. And guess what? I'm not going to. And the only way you're gonna find me talking about it is when the show comes back. Okay.
That's right.
So again, him saying, I'm not going to talk about it, because again, and that's why to me, he's doing pre-records because he can then avoid any comments in the comment section being, what about? Okay. It gives very insincere. There's a way to address the star of your show leaving without giving away anything else. Even during their reunion recap, usually he praises Mel. He barely mentioned her. Besides when he had to, they were discussing things. Even the whole wrap up of the season on here, he did not fully address anyone directly because I think the show's in shambles. Now again, I feel like he deflects, deflect. Now he also, hold on. To me, I feel like he was addressing, and I spelled the voice up right here. To me, this is him addressing destiny, you know, and even Kiki passing on, because we did not see them address either thing all season, and it was crazy.
Sometimes people listen. That's why the word misery loves company is a real
Oh
thing.
yeah, for sure.
Listen. What's unfortunate is there are people who exist in this world who love to sit in misery because it provides something to them, or they want to sit within the anger or the upsetness or whatever, because what people don't realize, it feeds something in them that they are enjoying in the moment. And that's why I always use the reunions as a way of having everybody address their issue. And I all ways, each segment, as much as I can, try to say to them, like, but is it that deep? Mm-hmm. Is it that deep? Is it to the point where there isn't a point of no return? And listen, there are cases, obviously, where that is the case, right? Like there's certain things, like you said, where you say something that is so like abhorrent that you can't move past, and I get that. 98% of any reality show, I always feel like there's ways for you to move on, because what Absolutely. You don't want to happen is for someone to not be here on this earth, and you sit back and say, was the shade worth it? Was me being shady for, let's be real, for a moment? Was me trying to have a moment worth me not reconciling with this person, in the sense of saying, listen, we good, you go here, I'll go here, and we're gonna leave each other alone.
And really leaving each other alone, like really just being done with it.
Done with it. And
to me, that's about destiny. I feel like that was his way of addressing the grooming stuff. Even other things that she said on the reunion stage that did not help the situation. It did not resolve anything. And she was saying things for the moment of the show. And now shit is blown up. Because I think he may blame Destiny in a way for Mel quitting. Because I do think it's things that she said. There are things that Destiny said that Mel felt like could not be walked back. And production allowed it to air out, play out. And Mel like, okay, if this what y'all doing, it's time for me to leave.
My hope for all reality stars is when you guys have these shade moments and stuff, at the end of the day, always trying to find a way to resolve it, because 98% of the time, there is room for forgiveness.
Not with Destiny and not with Martell. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, again, he could be sent it to not only for also Martell too, because Martell has been saying things and doing things for the moment. But again, none of it was being checked in the moment. To me, production and Carlos King was allowing things to be said for a click and a view.
Yeah. And I think the lesson.
Now, this is them, because they discussed Kiki a little bit, and this was them kind of say the lesson in, things that were said on camera, and them losing Kiki, and what can be learned from all of that.
Here for everybody, right? Especially the people on the cast. This life is real, and it's much bigger than petty disagreements. It's much bigger than petty arguments, and that's why you don't say certain things in the heat of the moment in arguments that don't make no damn sense and are too heavy, and use words that are impactful in a negative way. And
he's that to me. This is a conversation to Destiny, because there are things that Destiny said, trigger words, grooming, and all that stuff. There are trigger words, and because this is, to me, this is them addressing the leaked stuff without addressing the leaked stuff.
Dangerously weaponized words and arguments, because you never know what's going to happen. That should be a wake-up call to everybody on that cast and everybody watching that show to give people grace, have a little sensitivity, and be resolution-based when you're in conflict. People are going to get on your nerves. You're going to have disagreements, and you're going to address some of them, right? But there's a way to do it where you stay above the point of no return, because you never know what's going to happen from one day to the next in life. And so that's the lesson that I think a lot of people, that's one lesson that I think a lot of people can take from this and use in a positive way that'll look like just fostering better relationships and showing up better for people as a friend, as a family member, or whatever, even in times where you're not the most happy with one another. That's the lesson. And it's just very, very sad to see that tragic outcome for her. My heart just goes out to the whole family, man. But I think you all did a beautiful job at respectfully addressing her passing and giving her some respect and some reverence and some love. I think the reunion stage was the perfect place to do it because all of the eyes are on it, and it represented a unified showing of respect, but based on the cast in the show. I appreciated that. So y'all did a good job, man. Y'all.
And even with how they addressed Kiki's passing at the reunion, Tisha, who was Kiki's cousin, to me, her and Marcel said the worst things on the show about Kiki. That may be why Tisha feels so guilty, because of what she allowed to come out her mouth in response to her and Kiki beefing. Child, what is going on? Hey, Dej. Good. What you doing? What's wrong? I said, what's wrong? Oh, hey, I'm on the live. Yeah, I'm finna leave out the house to go to work in a minute. But I was like, DJ, what's going on? How's your day? Okay, I'm gonna play back in like 3 minutes or like 5 minutes, okay? Okay, love you. To me, Tisha probably feels guilty because of things she said on the show about Kiki, and they never got to fix it. But to Dustin's point in saying people are saying things on this show in the heat of a moment, even things that Kiki said about Tisha, you know what I'm saying? All the people been saying things, whatever, and then we get to this reunion stage, and Kiki's passed along, and y'all want to have this great moving tribute when y'all did not show her worst moments. You know, even production trying to make it seem as if she's back on drugs, all these things. And truthfully, the only ones that showed Kiki some grace was Mel and Stormy. The only one that showed Kiki grace was Mel and Stormy. And even when Mel had to say, Kiki, you being messy, I can't mess you. I love you. I want you to be successful, but I can't have you around me because of your mess. She still did it in a way that showed Kiki some grace. To me. You know what I'm saying? So to me, this show has went downhill, and he's ignoring the twists and turns to make it seem like he wants this positive vibe, and that's just not what it is. And if you're gonna go live and have real conversations, let's stop ignoring the pink elephant in the room. And that's why I don't like that he did pre-record reviews. He is purposefully ignoring things. He said before, if anything going on in real time, I don't discuss it. You not wanting to discuss Mel leaving the show. The fact that Mel was a star of your show for season after season, she helped create the show, and you have not mentioned her leaving at all is insane to me. That shows a breakdown. Even the only Bravo housewife that left and they didn't mention was Nene because of that whole lawsuit. But even on Bravo, if someone leaves the show, they address it in some kind of way. Carlos not addressing it and not saying anything to me shows he's petty, and he's not a producer. He's being personal about it. He personally feels hurt that she left and did not stay. And child, I hope Jesus fixes it. And by fix it, I mean I hope Carlos owns up to the toxic environment that he has created that makes the women on the shows feel the need to leave. He probably won't. Anyway, y'all, I have to go to work. As y'all see, I was getting my purse, my coat together, child, to get things moving. Okay, look, I will possibly be live tonight. I think I'm gonna do it at 9 tonight. It's set for 7 right now. I'm gonna move it to 9. And stuff. Oh, also, because he was talking shit on the thing. Okay, he put up on Twitter, in 2025, can you please shift the narrative that I'm trying to be like anyone else? I'm literally the only CEO of a full service production company, fully staffed, plus on air personality with shows, blah, 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 blah. Again, he wants folk to not act like his shit is imploding. And it is. Anyway. I'm done. Okay. Like, comment, share, subscribe. A little pop on, little pop on, little pop on. I gotta go to work. I love you all. I will see y'all tonight at 9 p.m. Okay, on the corner and stuff. Love you all. I gotta go. Bye.